Hello, my name is Darrell Holland with Holland's Long Range Shooting Schools, and today we're going to show you a couple simple tips on super tuning the jewel trigger. For anybody that has a quality rifle, it usually has a jewel trigger in it. Jewel makes probably the finest aftermarket Remington 700 trigger on the planet. Stainless steel, 3-lever design, awesome trigger, and a definite plus on anybody's rifle. The problem that we have though for most shooters is that they adjust the over travel to where the trigger breaks and our over travel is just maybe 2 or 3 thousandths of an inch. Well, that may work fine in a bench rest gun, but out in the real world where we've got a lot of torque and the shooter may be flinching a little bit, by having it bottom out immediately after the break, any imperfection in our shooting platform is immediately transferred into the rifle before the bullet exits the barrel. It's what we call dwell time. The amount of time the bullet is in the barrel before it exits, any exterior torquing or mashing on the trigger will influence that shot. So by adjusting the over travel screw all the way in, we create this long dwell time before the trigger bottoms, allowing the bullet to get out of the barrel uninterrupted. So let's take a minute now and show you the proper way to adjust the over travel in your jewel trigger. If you're a long range shooter, you definitely need a Holland's shooter pouch. This handy little pouch fits on your belt. It's got everything you need for a rainy day in the field. I keep extra ammunition in it in case I get into a firefight out in the field. I've got a little pouch here that I can keep a calculator in. I've got a tool kit. I've got extra data cards, Meridian range finding cards, whatever I need in one handy little kit. We're going to go ahead and use our Allen wrench set. This is a set made by the folks at Bondress. I can take the entire gun apart with this tool kit. Yeah, we don't plan on doing it, but every now and then Murphy tags along, and if something goes wrong in the field, it's nice to be able to take care of it ourselves. We can't dial 1-800-HELP-GUNSMITH when we're out in the middle of nowhere. So let's go ahead and take our Allen wrenches now. For most of your socket head guard screws on a Remington, you'll need a 5/32 Allen wrench. We'll simply remove the rear guard screw. This removes the trigger guard. Now on a jewel trigger, you'll notice that we've got 3 different screws, each with their own separate adjustment. Okay. The screw that you see in the trigger is for adjusting trigger weight. There is a spring underneath that, and as we turn the screw clockwise, we increase the poundage of our trigger. The middle screw is the over travel screw, and if we watch closely now as we pull the trigger, we can see it bottom out. See how little movement we have before this screw bottoms into the little ears that we have? That's where the adjustment is going to be made. The front screw is your sear engagement screw. Pretty much leave that alone unless you're having a mechanical problem. If you do, cock the gun, put your Allen wrench in, screw it in until the gun goes off, and then reverse in a counterclockwise direction, 1/2 to 5/8 of a turn, and that should properly set the sear engagement for that particular rifle. So back to our over travel screw, take your Allen wrench, which is a 1/16 Allen wrench, and we're going to turn that screw all the way in, bottoming it out against the trigger itself. Don't twist the screw off, just proper amount of torque for that size screw. Remove our Allen wrench, and now we've got a tremendous amount of travel. We can see how far the trigger travels before it actually bottoms, allowing the bullet to exit the barrel uninterrupted. Put our trigger back in place, or trigger guard rather, little Freudian slip there. Once we've tightened our trigger guard in place, I think it's really important that we do a little function test on the gun. Anytime that you monkey around with the trigger making any type of DIY adjustment, always check the safety and functioning of the trigger. Check and make sure that the rifle is clear, no loaded ammunition in the gun. Cycle the bolt really fast, making sure that it doesn't follow down. Squeeze the trigger. Cycle the bolt, apply the safety, pull the trigger again, take the safety off, making sure the gun does not fire. Anytime that we play with the trigger, always do those function tests. Better to be safe than sorry. I'm Darrell Holland for Holland's Long Range Shooting Schools. If you would like more information on our custom products or long range shooting supplies, check out our webpage at hollandguns.com.